shares. You cannot continue to be dancing on the tunes of the political actors. It's either you run Kenyari as a commercial entity, or then you fold it to become a pure parastatal, and then you run it through phone calls. NSSF. If you want to run NSSF through the whims of politics, then the trustees put in your money in there, wachana na pesa ya wafanyikazi kuwekeza pahali kama hiyo. It is very wrong in a market where we have already done our math here. This hall is full of CPAs. That you have seen the P ratio of a company of 22. There is a P ratio of a company at 5. Another one at below 2. And then some people take in workers because hawana peni ya pesa ya workers. Na wamepigiwa simu. Wanapeleka mabilioni ya workers. Pahali ambapo pesa haitarudi. If Kenya's money, the workers, ever miss to get their resources from NSSF, they will blame the phone calls that were made on Tuesday afternoon to the CEO of NSSF, to the CEO of Superannuation Fund, to the CEO of Kenya Re, and to the CEO of the other entities, which you are going to see when the real results of KPC are out, and which will show specific companies. It is not right. Tunakuja tunasipia wa Kenya, 105 of a subscription, who happy, iko happy. The money we are purporting is actually also not being paid, has not been paid. NSSF, we are only forced to give an undertaking. Even Superannuation Fund, there is no money that has hit the accounts of the receiving banks. It is commitments. Because there was no IPO. Don't tell Kenyans there was an IPO of Kenya Pipeline. This was a private placement. Only 2% of Kenyans bought the shares. Because they knew there was political interference even in pricing. The transaction advisor of this transaction is not the company that you saw. It is the phone call. They were told the last day. They were to price Kenya Pipeline at a different price. Wakapigiwa simu. Wakaambiwa jaribuni hii 163. Now we are running our capital markets through whims. That now, tunaona sasa political actors. We have now powers to dictate even what happens in the Nairobi Securities Exchange. Let us get ourselves off the market. Because the NSC is the platform of capital flow. If we put in politics into the valuation of companies, into investments, especially of workers' resources, it will be wrong. And if it's money they wanted, you don't need to force a company like Kenya Re to buy. Kenya Re has already 41 billion Kenya shillings in cash and cash equivalent. And the government holds 60% of the company. You would have just told Kenya Re to pay a special dividend, and you get your money as government without necessarily forcing Kenya Re, which is 40 owned by ordinary, normal, innocent Kenyans, to invest into a sham. The last thing, munaona vile kunaenda Iran. Now the oil prices, you are seeing how they are going. But there is something I've been talking about every day until people think I have nothing else to talk about. That thing is called securitization. Securitization was an illegal borrowing that was done by government. And now we have the budget policy statement. They don't even know how to account it in the books of government. They are trying to account for it as a revenue. They are trying to account for it as what? It is betraying them because it is a debt which they don't want to admit. Unfortunately, Kenyans will soon hear some choruses from government. Because they want to raise fuel prices, they will now start blaming Iran and Middle East. And I give you 2 months, you'll see that happening in Kenya. Below 2 months, you'll hear EPRA raising the fuel prices in a manner that is higher than the global oil prices trades. But this is the thing. In 2022, oil per barrel was hovering around $100